This is Bill Eubens here, and we're televising from the chapel here in Sandusky, Ohio, for tonight's big event on drug addiction with superstar Darryl Strawberry in command. He will give us a speech tonight, and we're looking forward to a great event. Let's go on inside and take a look.
The chapel wants to be for the community, and so we've linked with other agencies, groups in the community to bring Darryl Strawberry here because he has an incredible story of fighting addiction and then finding recovery and hope. His story is remarkable, or it's a story of great hope. He just got done meeting with a bunch of people. The room was full of people who were in the middle of addiction recovery, and he spoke their language. He said, you know, I know where you are, I've been where you are, but I also know where to find hope.
Not only was he at the pinnacle of fame and fortune, what every young kid in America dreams about if you're an athlete, but then to fall from grace and be able to look others who are struggling with addiction and abuse in the eye and say, I've been there. We couldn't think of a better person to do that. This is really about bringing a community together around an issue that's so very important. Addiction, opioids, the recovery process is really what we're trying to talk about tonight, bring awareness. But the resources are there between the medical community, the public health community, the faith community, and I do think we can make a real difference.
We need to show folks that we're serious about this battle we have against the addiction epidemic. So we started this project called A Circle of Care to try to figure out what's going on and how can we head it off the best we could. And so that's been working. I think we're doing a pretty good job at fighting the addiction. There's exponential resources, as you can see from this room. We needed another impetus to get more people involved and to bring more awareness to the table. That's where Darryl Strawberry comes in. If it can happen to somebody in that position with those resources that he had personally, what's it doing to the everyday guy or lady on the street? We want more people to understand. We got to talk. The big thing about recovery is we really realize that it takes a lot of courage to enter that.
Brother Strawberry's testimony was so moving, so touching. It was real and very transparent. I'm an avid believer that nothing happens by chance, and it was by divine appointment that Brother Strawberry came. The impact that this event will bring, it will bring change. I believe it can bring forth the change that we all want to see. We pray diligently in regards to this drug epidemic that's taking place. I was so moved, and I really believe that those who had ears to hear, it's going to, the seed has been planted and change is now.
So many people across America don't think it will happen to their kids and their communities, but it really does. You know, we are in such a time now where there's such a great epidemic with opiates and heroin that's, killing so many young people, and we need to open our eyes and our hearts, and come together as communities and be a part of, trying to educate. I mean, I think the education part is more important. Loving and caring for people, I think, is really important. I think it's for groups to come together, and I think people need to understand there is many ways to recovery, and a lot of times people are putting out the faith part of it, and the faith is a great part of recovery to people and introducing that to people. We have to introduce that to our younger generation, because if we don't, they're going to be crippled with all these other worldly things to make them believe that they can't get better. Because I would never think it would happen to me. I was, a top class athlete, and played at the highest level and was very successful at everything I did. But at the same time, addiction was there and it was real, and it destroyed me. It nearly killed my life. Very fortunate I could stand here and be in recovery and bring back the hope that needs to be brought back to America.